Hey guys, Basketball 40 back again, and we're back to another prediction video. And we have not done this in a while, but we're back with another prediction video in 2021 for the 2021 NASCAR playoffs for Trucks, Xfinity, and Cup. That's right, we're going to be doing all three series. Last year we just did Cup. This year we're going to be adding Xfinity and Trucks. So we're going to be starting off with the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series since their playoffs start this Friday at Gateway. So cannot wait for that race and stuff. But now, let's go ahead and take a look at our playoff drivers for the Truck Series. So here are all 10 playoff drivers for the Truck Series playoffs here in 2021. We have Sheldon Creed, Carson Hocevar, John Hunter Nemechek, Matt Crafton, Chandler Smith, Stuart Friesen, Ben Rhodes, Zane Smith, Todd Gilliland, and Austin Hill. All 10 drivers. Looks like a pretty stacked lineup. I'm not sure if it's as stacked as 2020, but still looks like a pretty stacked lineup. And I just can't wait for the Truck Series playoffs to begin, because it's going to be getting pretty dicey, especially at the end, because Nemechek's been good all year. What if he doesn't win it? Just like Chase Briscoe been great all last season in Xfinity, did not win the championship. So we'll see. Things can happen, things can change up. Now let's look at the drivers individually. Look at drivers who probably have the best odds of just going away with it, making it through the first round. We're also going to look at drivers who probably have a slight edge of not making it and a slight edge of making it, and also look at drivers who probably do not have the best odds of making it through round number one. Of course, I know, we all know, this driver should easily make it through round number one. 5 wins of the year. John Hunter Nemechek. I mean, what a shocker. Big surprise. Whoo, man, who knew it, huh? Did you know it, huh? What about you, Bill? Okay, Bill. Anyway, still, I think not. John Hunter Nemechek would definitely make it through round number one just because of the consistency he's been on. I mean, with the wins and stuff, you just can't count him out. You just can't. He's beaten his own boss, Kyle Busch, 2-3 times this season. I mean, this man can't be beat. He's the number one driver in the Truck Series. We're going to Gateway, intermediate track. He should do really well there, and he won there, for what? Nemco Motorsports, that 8 truck that he drove, a couple years ago. He won a Gateway before, so he definitely has some experience there. We're also going to Darlington. He ran very well at Darlington earlier this year. Probably didn't get the finish that he deserved. He finished 8th, but felt like he definitely had a race-winning truck, of course, because it's John Hunter Nemechek. He's just known a lot. And also, we're going to Bristol. Not sure if he's a short track driver, because I haven't seen him race on a short track in the Truck Series before, so we'll find out. But I feel like he'd be pretty good at Bristol, because he's been in the Cup Series, he's ran the Cup Series, and according to Eric E stuff, it's like if you're running in the Cup Series, that's like 2 Truck Series seasons. So that's definitely a huge learning experience for John Hunter Nemechek in the Cup Series. Now going back to the trucks and just pulling up everything like this with the snap of his finger. So watch out for John Hunter Nemechek, definitely a beast in the Truck Series playoff lineup. Can't wait to see what he does. Of course, he might stink up the show, might just dominate all the way, but we'll see, because I feel like John Hunter Nemechek does have some pretty good competition in the playoff lineup. But definitely, I do see John Hunter Nemechek going through and making it into round number 2. Another driver that I feel is really safe coming into the playoffs right now is Austin Hill, and there's only one word: why. The momentum he's on right now. Just momentum. Momentum is the number one word for Austin Hill coming into round number 1 in the playoffs, because of his win at Knoxville, his win at Watkins Glen, even though it was, weather shortened and stuff. But definitely, he's on a momentum streak right now. Momentum run, 2 wins in a row. So watch out for Austin Hill, guys. Of course, we're going to Gateway. He is a pretty decent driver when it comes to these, intermediate tracks, just like John Hunter Nemechek. So definitely watch out for him. Also going to Darlington, he finished 13th at Darlington. I definitely see why it's not really as good and stuff, because I'm not sure if he was involved in that one wreck, but if he was, I guess you can cut him some slack a bit. But anything can happen in these races, so he may be in another wreck, but we'll just have to see. But and also going back to Gateway, Austin Hill finished 3rd there last season, so he's definitely really good at these intermediates, just like John Hunter Nemechek. So you could definitely give Nemechek a run for his money. And also, the one problem I see with Austin Hill is Bristol. He is not good at the short tracks. Last year I watched it myself, watched it through the highlights. He is not good at Martinsville. He is not good at Richmond. He is not good at Bristol. He is not a short track ace. He's just not that guy. He's not that guy when it comes to the short tracks. I mean, trust me, he ain't that guy. He's not that guy. But still, I feel like he'll be looking pretty consistent, just trying to keep that momentum streak going into the first round. So I definitely see Austin Hill going through and making it into round number 2 as well. Next up is Ben Rhodes. Ben Rhodes, I don't think he's just been that good recently. I mean, he did get 15th at Watkins Glen. He did get 7th at that demolition derby and a dumb excuse for a dirt race and stuff, but definitely he's had some ups and downs and stuff, like, oh, he'll come home and get a second place finish, but oh no, he gets like a 26. But I feel like that Ben Rhodes has been pretty consistent this year, probably one of his best seasons in a good while and stuff. I'm not really sure of his full history, but going to Gateway and Ben Rhodes, I feel like he'll definitely had a pretty consistent day, especially at a track like Gateway. It's a pretty nice, intermediate track, and I feel like he's just been consistent on the intermediates. Probably not with race-winning speed, but definitely, I'd say pretty consistent, because he did finish there and finished 11th there last year. So I feel like he'd be pretty consistent. Probably a nice solid top 10 for him would be nice. And then when we go to Darlington, he did finish 2nd there earlier this season, and he won there a year ago. So that has to be the number 1 track that he's really looking at, probably getting a win just to make it on to the next round. Here in this first round. And then Bristol, I'm not really sure Ben Rhodes is that much of a a short track driver. It's kind of confusing because, the truck series, they haven't really ran on a short track this season, and it's kind of hard to remember, but I do remember Ben Rhodes finishing 14th at Bristol last year, so that may be a concern right there, but we'll just see. Things change. It's a whole new season for him, and he's definitely looked a whole lot better this season with 2 wins in the first 2 races, so definitely a bit of a momentum change for that team. So we'll just see, but I definitely see them moving on into round number 2. Another driver who's been very consistent this season is Todd Gilliland. I mean, he won at COTA, the inaugural Truck Series race at COTA, so that's definitely something. He's just been better this season, very, very much improved, especially from last season. Last season, he did make the Truck Series playoffs, but he got eliminated in the first round along with Christian Eckes. 2 rookies right there getting eliminated. People could definitely see that coming, because Todd Gilliland was really fighting, just trying to get his playoff spot, because he had to go against like Johnny Sauter and Derek Kraus and stuff. So not really a hard fight for him, but definitely tough for him. But now he's in it with a win, and he's just been very consistent. Heck, he's my pick to win at Gateway, because he did finish, let's just say Gateway last season didn't really go so well with someone Sheldon Creed. So if it wasn't for that, Todd Gilliland wouldn't have had a 22nd place finish there. But definitely, I watch out for him. Todd Gilliland is my pick to win this Friday night, so can't wait to see what he can do. And then on to Darlington, I feel like he can also do a pretty nice, solid job there, because Todd Gilliland, I'm not sure how good he is consistently on the intermediates, because he did finish 15th there this season. So things can change and stuff, because I feel like he's definitely gotten better since that race, because that was in early May. This is mid-August. He's definitely gotten a whole lot better since then. And then we're also going to Bristol. Not really sure if he's a Bristol or just a short track driver in general, but I'm pretty sure he'll probably have a nice consistent run there, because Todd Gilliland, like I said, he's just gotten so much better, and so we'll just see. I mean, he did finish 15th there last season. I do remember him finishing there, but I feel like he's definitely gotten better. So just watch out for Todd Gilliland, because I feel like he's made the biggest change from last season to this season. So watch out for Gilliland in the playoffs. And the last driver that I think that should easily go on and make it into round number 2 is Sheldon Creed, because we all know Sheldon Creed hasn't had the best season and stuff. It wasn't as good as last season. You could definitely say that for him, Zane Smith, and Matt Crafton, but he's still been pretty consistent. He does have a win. He won at Darlington earlier this year, and Darlington is on the schedule, so we'll just have to watch out for him. He also won at Gateway last season, but he kind of stole that one from Todd Gilliland, kind of knocked Todd Gilliland into the wall, but definitely he was Todd Gilliland's biggest threat in that race, so definitely watch out for Sheldon Creed on Friday night's race. Watch out for him when we go to Darlington. Bristol, I feel like that Sheldon Creed should definitely have a nice solid race, because he did he did finish 12th there last season, but I feel like he should do probably a little bit better. But he hasn't really been as better as he was, last season. Last season he was just really great, 5 wins. This season only 1 win. So definitely the first 2 races are a nice looking spot for Sheldon Creed to just get it done and already headed into round number 2. But I think he could just make it into round number 2. Just got to keep the consistency going, because he hasn't been as consistent lately. But I feel like he could just keep it up. And I don't know if this is to anyone else, but ever since he's signed with that sponsorship with that orange, blue, and white or gray parts or sponsor, but ever since he signed with that new sponsor when he first raced for them at Charlotte, he's just had some bad luck with that paint scheme. So I'm not sure about that, but still I think Sheldon Creed is going to be pretty consistent, so I feel like he will easily make his way into the round of 8. Another driver another driver I have to say, I feel like would make the playoffs, but would probably be, on the edge. He'd probably make it, probably not, is Zane Smith. We all know Zane Smith, just like his teammate Sheldon Creed, hasn't had the same exact season as he did last season, not as better as he was, but still I feel like Zane Smith should have a nice consistent run in this first round. But we'll just have to see, because things can change just like that, because I believe Zane Smith did finish 7th at Gateway last season, so just watch out for him. I feel like he'll just be a nice consistent driver, especially at the intermediate, so just watch out for him once we head out to Gateway on Friday night. And also he finished 16th at Darlington this season, which was a bit of a struggle for them. He did struggle in that race, so that might be a bit of an issue right there. So yeah, Zane Smith's gonna have some pros and some cons in this first round, especially if he wasn't as good as last season. And then finally at Bristol, Zane Smith's not really much of a short track driver in my opinion. Did finish 17th there last season, and so that's going to be a huge issue for them. So we'll see what will happen, but Zane Smith's slightly on the edge of probably not making it through the first round, but I do feel like he should make it in to the next round easily. Next up is Matt Crafton, who's another driver I feel like is slightly on the edge of probably not even making it through the first round. I mean, anything can happen, because I believe Matt Crafton had a pretty nice strong run last time we went to Gateway, because I believe he finished, I was thinking of someone else. No, he actually finished like 14th, 15th, something like that. I think he finished 14th last season at Gateway, so that's going to be a bit of an issue, because, Matt Crafton, he's been hit or miss when it comes to these intermediate tracks, so that's definitely going to be an issue for them. He did get a nice solid top 5 finish. He finished 4th at Darlington earlier this season, so that should be some pretty good for him, some good confidence right there. But we'll see, because that if it wasn't for that wreck, probably might have finished a bit lower, but I feel like he still would have been like a nice solid top 10 driver. But we'll just have to see. So Darlington is definitely the track that he has to circle, thinking, okay, this is the track that we can run really good at. We just got to get things right. And then finally Bristol, I feel like ThorSport would probably be the best short track, or the best team to have good short track speed, because Matt Crafton did finish 11th here, so I feel like he would do a bit better, but we'll just have to see. But he's definitely just like a Zane Smith for me, slightly on the edge of making it, slightly on the edge of not making it, but I do feel like, just like Zane Smith, Matt Crafton could make it in to the next round. Now a driver who I don't think could make it into the second round is Carson Hocevar. One word: pressure. The pressure is on for him. He's the only rookie in the Truck Series right now who's made the playoffs. And last year we had 2. This year we only have 1. It's only Hocevar right here. Pressure is on for him, especially when the 2 rookies got eliminated in the first round just like that. Pressure is on, and he just re-signed with the team a couple days ago, so the pressure is definitely on for this young man. I want Hocevar to make it, but it's going to be a bit of an issue here, because I'm not sure how he'll perform. I mean, he did really well at Darlington. He finished 3rd there. That should be the track he should be looking at. But Gateway, I don't think he's ran a race there. And same thing with Bristol on the concrete. I'm not sure. So we'll just have to see. Time will tell, but we'll see see if Hocevar is the real deal. If he is, he would make it in to the next round, but we'll have to see. And also, you got to think about it. Nice Motorsports equipment not at its best right now. It wasn't as good as it was in 2019 when Chastain was using it and stuff. So we'll see, but definitely pressure is on for Hocevar. I hope he makes it, but he's one of the drivers who I don't think could make it. And just like Carson Hocevar, I feel like the pressure could also be on Chandler Smith because the 18 truck, I don't think it's made the playoffs since 2018, 2019. I know Noah Gragson was in the 18 truck, and that truck made the playoffs when he was in it, but Christian Eckes, he didn't. Well, Christian Eckes, he did make the playoffs. Well, I'm not talking about just the playoffs. I'm talking about just making it past round number 1. I know Gragson didn't. Eckes didn't do it. And Chandler Smith, he could do it, but we'll have to see because I feel like Chandler Smith has had probably a little bit or might not have as a better of a season than Christian Eckes, because Christian Eckes finished the season with 5 top 5s last season. And right now, Chandler Smith only has 3, but he did have 7 when he was driving part-time the 51 truck in 2020, so that's actually pretty good. But we'll have to see, because I feel like Chandler Smith, like once again, just having pressure. He's also a rookie, and I forgot to mention, he's also a rookie, so it's not only Hocevar's the only rookie, but it's also Chandler Smith, so pressure is definitely on for both of those guys right here, because we don't know what happens to Chandler Smith if he does get eliminated in the first round, because he almost had that win in Knoxville. What if he does not make it through the first round? Does he just get booted and someone else drive that 18 truck? Because that happened to Christian Eckes. He got booted after not doing anything in his rookie year. Same thing with Chandler Smith. Could happen. It could happen, but we'll see. I feel like Chandler Smith could definitely run really well right here in the playoffs. I'm not sure about Bristol or Gateway. It's probably gonna be completely new, but actually, if we're thinking about it, Bristol, I don't think Chandler Smith ran that race last year, and Gateway, I do remember him running that race, so that should actually be some good experience for him, a good learning experience. So he should have the upper hand over Carson Hocevar, definitely. But Chandler Smith, he did finish, I believe. Actually, I don't think that was the race he did. No, he did. He finished 24th, which wasn't really that good. I'm not sure if I remember he had issues, but we'll see. And also, Carson Hocevar has ran at Gateway. He finished 15th, so definitely a little bit of experience for them, but it's going to be a lot more pressure for them because they know they have to make it into the next round. And so we'll just see. But Chandler Smith definitely has this around the same amount of pressure as Carson Hocevar about a ride. So we'll just see what happens with him. And another driver who I probably think won't not, I don't know where that came from, but another driver who I don't think will make it into the next round is Stewart Friesen, because I don't know, Stewart Friesen, coming off of last year was just an awful year for him, but this year he has been a bit more consistent. He's been a bit better, but the thing is, can he be as good as his competition? That's the number one question, because right now, if we had a one-on-one head duel between Matt Crafton and Stewart Friesen, who would win? Matt Crafton has the upper hand. If we had Hocevar and Friesen, who would win? Hocevar. Chandler Smith, Stewart Friesen. Chandler Smith. It's not that. Stewart Friesen is a bad driver. He's a really good driver. He's a really good Truck Series driver, good dirt racer, in my opinion. He's just not as good as his competition. That's the one and only issue. He's been able to outperform his competition before when he was, when his team was with Chevy, but with Toyota, I don't see that happening. So we'll just see. But definitely the pressure is also on for him. But I bet he probably knows. Okay, we just need to have nice, good, consistent runs, and that's probably what they've been thinking about. Once they knew, okay, we're in the playoffs, what do we do here? What do we do? Because Stewart Friesen did finish 25th at Darlington, had a DVP. Please, anyone in the comments, tell me, what is a DVP? Because I have no freaking clue. Bristol, I feel like, would be a nice track for him, but we'll just have to see. Because last year, Stewart Friesen, he did he finished all right, I guess, for Stewart Friesen, because he did finish 33rd. No, he did not finish good. I was kidding people. I just wanted to make him feel better. But no, he finished 33rd. I think he got in a wreck. I'm not 100% sure, but we'll see. But definitely pressure on for him. And then Gateway. Gateway is actually a pretty solid track for him because last year he actually finished pretty good. I'm being serious this time. He finished 5th, so that's good for Stuart Friesen. So right now it would have to be Gateway. That would be his one-way ticket, but we'll just have to see. Things can happen in an instant. We've seen some big Truck Series wrecks to where someone unexpected like could win. So guys, expect the unexpected because we've seen that at Indy and at the Music City GP when someone went up and won. So yeah, whatever. But still, definitely the pressure's on for Stuart Friesen. That's another driver who I don't think will make the playoffs, or just he's made the playoffs, but don't think he'll make it onto the next round. And now it's time to decide the 2 drivers who I don't think will make the next round, and Stuart Friesen is one of them. Just what I've said about Stuart Friesen, just some not good finishes at some of these tracks, his competition being better than him, that are the only issues that could hold him back, and so that's why I think Stuart Friesen is definitely one of the drivers who I do not think will make it on into the round of 8. And this right here was a tricky one. It was between Hocevar and Chandler Smith, but I gave the upper hand to Chandler Smith. I think that Carson Hocevar will not be making it past the first round. Just the rookie, he's a rookie. He's just coming in. He's just learning. He needs the experience to see how it works and stuff. So I bet next year Hocevar will definitely come back stronger. But just his equipment is not as good as his competition because Nice is a really good Truck Series team. Just hasn't been good in the last couple years, and just the competition I feel like is a bit better than him, and I feel like Chandler Smith is a little bit better, just a little bit consistent. But I feel like those two are pretty even sometimes on the track. But sometimes give the upper hand to Chandler Smith, even though he did finish dead last at Watkins Glen. But still, things can happen. We'll see. But I do predict realistically Carson Hocevar will not make it. I hope he does, but that's just my basic just prediction right there. So the drivers who I think that will make it into the next round is Sheldon Creed, John Hunter Nemechek, Todd Gilliland, Zane Smith, Austin Hill, Ben Rhodes, and Matt Crafton and Chandler Smith. Those are the drivers who I think will make it into the next round. So I predict Carson Hocevar up here and Stuart Friesen down here will be eliminated in the first round. It's a tough call, guys. You just can't really tell right now because some of these tracks in the first round, it's not like that we ran here earlier this year, and it's not like all these drivers, all single one of them ran at the track last season too. You just have to think back if they were running part-time at that race or not. So it's hard, but Carson Hocevar and Stuart Friesen, I have to give them the boot, but it's just a prediction, but we'll see what actually happens in IRL. So just watch out, stay tuned, as we do have one of the races coming up this Friday at Gateway. And that's going to do it for me. So guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. I loved making this video. I love getting back into the playoff predictions because it's playoff time. Truck Series playoffs are here. Cup Series playoffs are almost here. And same thing with the Xfinity Series not too far from now. We'll see what happens on Friday night. Definitely cannot tell. But yeah, that's going to do it for me, guys. I'll have my NASCAR Gaming 48 video up in on Thursday and stuff, so get ready for that. But anyway, that's it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great rest of your day, and yeah, peace out.